Hello, hello, everybody. Woo! Can you hear the thunder? Can you hear the rain and thunder? This is pretty exciting. By the way, hi, my name is Allison, and I offer these channelings every single week here on my channel where I go live. And I'm going to tune into the collective. I'm going to also tune into, hi, Stacy, you're first. I'm going to also tune into one of you and your questions. So, stick around for that. Let me know. Can you hear the rain? I almost want to do like some sort of ASMR, like put it out there. Hi, Kennedy. Hi, Floor. Yeah. Ooh, this rain. So I am in Florida right now, and I forgot because I was here, was it last winter? My brain doesn't work linearly, but I was here and I forgot how epic these rainstorms are. It's so beautiful. Hi, Arno. Hi, Rodka. Hi, Chris. Yeah. Oh, the wind was going, and I mean, it was awesome. Long truck haul. Yuck. What does that mean? Did I miss something? Home from a long truck haul. Well, I am glad to be out of the truck. Hi, Scott. I'm going to see you this weekend. Yay! Oh, I am getting so excited. I'll go into announcements, by the way. I'm getting so excited for the Ecstasy Retreat. In fact, I've already got another one brewing this year. What I realized is it is a lot. I don't think that I'll have it this time of year again, because this is the time of year where I want to go into just being, like really being present with life and everything like that. So I haven't gotten the word out as much as I wanted to, but I definitely want to do this retreat again. The things that we're planning for it is just, I'm lit up by it. So hi, Jesse. Good to see you all. All right. So announcements. And while I'm giving announcements, please feel free. I know I'm a little talkative and a little disorganized this morning, but if you have not been here before, on this live stream, I'm going to choose one of your questions to channel for. So if you would like to submit your question for me to channel on, go ahead and type it into the chat. Hi, Yosadara. Go ahead and type it into the chat. Type Q at the beginning of it so that I know that it is a question, because the chat gets going. So, hello, Karuna. Because your Instagram or your face, where am I? YouTube. Your YouTube name is different. I want to make sure that I got that right. I feel like I messed up your name. Yes. Calm days after a week of storms and rain. Yes. Yay, summer camp. So, okay, let me get into announcements. Go ahead and start typing your questions in the chat in case that wasn't clear. And I'll tilt this down a little bit. Sometimes I feel like a floating head. So, and yes, that is symbolic as well. Hi, Lori. Oh, I love the picture of the whale. All right. So yes, type your questions in the chat. Type Q before your question so that I know that it is a question. And announcements. So next weekend, we have the Ecstasy Retreat. I am feeling the ecstasy. I'm so lit up by it. Really anchoring in the lesson plans and what we're going to be diving into. I can't even tell you. So anyway, that is going to be here in Tampa, Florida. And we're going to be diving into how to activate the ecstatic body. This will be a lot of sexuality teachings. This will be, I don't necessarily think of myself as a tantrika or a tantric practitioner, But if it helps you to kind of view through that lens, we'll be diving into a lot of sexuality, a lot of tantra, which is the fusion really of everything. When I've channeled about tantra, it's everything. But it is really bringing in the physical body and learning how to activate the physical body through different sacred sexuality practices. So we're going to be really diving into pleasure, understanding how to activate the body. There are still spaces available. Like I said, I have not been as on it as I normally am, which is totally fine. This is the time of year for relaxation, and I honor that for going within and going into the stillness. So I've definitely been doing that. But that being said, we have a few spaces available. And if you live locally, you can get a day pass. So a day pass is going to let you into the retreat, and then you can sleep at home. So it kind of is a little bit less tuition to, join in for that. All of the description, all of the information is in the description box below. So what other announcements? Oh, this one's exciting. So I have been together with Kennedy. I have been working on the Learn to Channel Workbook. So the Learn to Channel Workbook is based off of my Learn to Channel course, and it's got some additions in there. So some of the additions include coloring book pages, activities, deeper dive into the instructions, because the workbook is going to be on its own, so you can fully learn how to channel, how to practice, how to channel for others, how to tune into these frequencies through this workbook. And it will be available January 20th. But we're doing pre-launch right now. So if you want to get in on the pre-launch, it's really supportive of me, but also you get a special gift. So if you sign up for the pre-launch, before January 20th, you get 30 days free in the True Creator community, which is my private membership space. So, okay, I feel like I need to catch up on some of these. Oh, the first one I see is the hair advertisements. In Florida, my hair gets bigger, so it's getting bigger and bigger. Let's see. You know what? This is costume jewelry. It's not actual stones. I am wearing some actual stones, though. I have a beautiful rose quartz here. That was a gift. All right. Oh, yeah. How is the apartment? Yes, that. Okay. Uh-oh, Courtney, I missed what happened. Radka, go to Florida for your hair. Come visit. We'll both be just like through it. Whoa. Oh, okay. I caught that, Stacy. I knew about that. Okay. Or Courtney. All right. I think that's all the announcements. Raise your hand in the chat if you are coming to Ecstasy. At least this time it's January 3rd through 6th. And I can bet you that there's going to be another one later this year, because I'm just on fire with this information. Very excited to dive into it. And raise your hat, raise your hand, raise your hat in the chat if you are already signed up for pre-order for the Learn to Channel Workbook, or if you're going to. All right, let me drink some water. I'm going to choose one of these questions, so I'm glad you guys are typing them in. Tell me you can hear that rain. It's so good. You have one of the greatest views. I love it. I love it. Yes, that's so cool. All right, let me see how many questions we currently have. Oh, no questions for me, says Jessie. You're always shining the light so bright. Oh, hi, Becca. Hi, Arno. Okay. I see more questions. You guys are so great. I'll take a little bit of extra time. Let's talk about the energies of this time of year. So I shared this in the email that I sent out as a reminder for today, but I noticed something really potent and really powerful this time of year. So I celebrate the solstice, which means that I really allow myself to. Um, I don't celebrate Christmas because it distracts from my authentic. Um, I want to say worshiping, my authentic devotion to being human and the processes that we're in this beautiful earth. And solstice is so much more powerful for me as a practice. So when I dive into solstice energies, there's so much going in. I spent yesterday fasting. I fasted a couple times this month. A lot of sleep, a lot of meditation, a lot of just being very, very still within and present. And what I notice, and this is after doing this several years in a row, because when I went through my awakening, this really started showing itself to me. So after doing this practice of really being still this time of year for several years, I'm noticing more and more patterns. And when I allow myself to go into the stillness of this time of year, what ends up emerging is my true nature. Because when we're still, the programs aren't running. The programs are kind of they're gentle, they're laid to rest for a moment, all of those habits that we have. And so our true self can emerge from that space of stillness. And my true self coming out feels very much like my erotic nature, my wild nature, purity, authentic love. So much authentic love is coming out right now. I feel very attuned to the heart. So I'd love to hear how the rest of you are doing with this time of year. And I know a lot of people this time of year, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and you're in winter, I know that this time of year can be a lot of people go into depression. A lot of people go into anxiety and sadness. And what I would say is that's the beginning of going into the stillness, because that lies right underneath the surface of all these programs and all this activity that we push ourselves into. When we start to awaken and we start to kind of slow down, the next layer deep tends to be, oh, what's going on, or depression, or all of the things that have been kind of held within the body because we haven't been still with it. So it can be really a powerful and very uncomfortable process. I'm not going to lie. I had several years where this time of year would bring me into a state of depression, a place of just discomfort beyond anything. And I'm not beyond that. Maybe in the future more will come up. I'm aware that could be the process. But what I will say is that underneath all of that angst and discomfort is our pure selves. And I noticed this year I was able to really access my pure self. My wild nature is just, oh my God, I could crawl around like a jaguar right now. I could just like climb up a tree. I feel so authentic within myself that it's really emerging. Okay, I want to read some of these comments. Family and time off. Oh yeah, this year is hard on me too. Disappointments in past holidays and anniversaries this time of year. Yeah. Oh, I have such trouble this time of year. Jesse, you're getting rain in California too. Yeah, the holidays. Oh, yes, I'm going to read this one. Becca, literally the holiday brings up body activations like anxiety and depression. But when refocusing on the earth and refocusing that we are in for the ride for the earth cycles helped me more this year. I love that. Yes. Sending love to you, Stacy. Oh, Yes, and it does also help that I have a lot of sunshine. That's important for me. I truly consider sunshine one of my food groups. I eat the sun. This is important for me. All right. Oh, Stacy, you get to come hang out in the sun and play with me next weekend. Maybe that'll provide some yumminess to this time of year. All right, my loves, let me see if I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you guys proud of me that I'm counting? 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 questions. I feel that 9 is a great number for the end of the calendar year, right? That's a signifier of, endings, the completion of a cycle. Woo! All right, let me figure out how to do 2 things at once, talking and unlocking my phone. I am not a multitasker. All right. So random number generator, let me pull that up. Between 1 and 9. Can you eliminate your previous question? So there's only 8. Yes. Let me just check. There's only 8 questions. Yes, and I should have said that. Thank you for catching that. 1 question per person, please. And you guys can just self-regulate that. Can I eliminate my previous question? Becca, let me know. Did you have 2 in there? You did. Wait, I don't see it. You did. Okay, it's 8 questions. Yes, so 8. Thank you. Thank you, Courtney. Question number 4. So let me figure out which question this is. One, 2, 3, 4. Scott. Okay. What specific practices versus understanding beliefs, higher wisdom should I begin to implement as 2025 starts? I love that. Let's go into it. All right, my loves. So those of you who have been here before, you know how it works. I'm going to close my eyes and go into a channeled space. Please continue to share what's resonating in the comments section, in the chat. I mean, if you're watching the replay, share with me what you received from this in the comments. Like and subscribe. And yeah, I'm going to close my eyes, tune into this question. And then after this question, I will tune into the collective. So I just had a funny story that I'm not going to share, but it just popped into my head. My hair looks like flock of seagulls. And so I just had this memory of somebody that I used to know that had very big hair. I'm in a playful place today. Thank you all for putting up with me. Let me pull this table in so that the sound is better. Big dragon energy already. To answer this question for you, what practices to dive into to really amplify the beauty and awakening within 2025 for you specifically. It's coming through as gentle systems. What I'm seeing is there's a flower, so it represents to me feminine systems, being within the feminine and learning how to move in cycles and authentic doing from that place. So what it looks like is very gentle daily cycles, daily rhythms, which would mean something like really incorporating self-love practices and simple structure practices that create more expansion within you as the year begins. So daily waking up to gentleness, creating a space for gratitude and affirmations before you jump out of bed. These sort of practices, right? Meditation, making sure that those self-care practices are part of your daily cycle. And the feminine comes into this in witnessing what wants to emerge as we move through our regular daily cycles. So the body actually has inherent cycles that it moves through on a daily basis. And of course, we have yearly cycles as well. We have cycles that move through all of this. So paying attention to the daily cycles, what you're being guided to do is to tune into what would be helpful to eat right now and what time is helpful for me to eat. What are my gentle morning practices that make sure that I'm present with myself? Make sure that I'm bringing in this self-love, this high level of self-love and presence with myself. What are the ways that I can end my day? What time do I sleep? Do I need rest throughout the day? Monitoring when these different aspects of yourself want to emerge, and when is the best time for meditation and creativity and things like that. So what you're really being guided to do is to tune into your specific cycle, your specific flow state, and weaving within that. Now, this is where practices that are more masculine in nature, sort of like this is the fusion of the masculine and feminine in that structured Tai Chi and things like that. What we're doing is we're moving into the frequencies and we're learning to directionally navigate through those frequencies. So we are sort of always swimming in all these different swirls of energy throughout our day. This is the feminine, where those portals are sort of always swirling throughout our day. And what we do through making choice consciously is we navigate through these swirls. We navigate through the frequencies that are always moving through us and around us. Through us and around us is one and the same because we're not really physical. We just have this view of ourselves, right? So you're really being guided to learn how to play, which is to consciously move through these flow frequencies throughout the day, how to direct your divine energy, your specific human self through all of this. And do it with presence and intention, but gentleness specifically is coming up for you, to be gentle, to attune to that light energy flow, that very light as in not heavy. Beautiful guidance for so many. Finding your own way to navigate through the frequencies. Can you all hear the thunder? Oh, it's so good. I'm tuning into the collective now, and I'm seeing a single candle in the dark. Thank you for that question, by the way. I instantly went into the collective. And I see a single candle in the dark, illuminated, to remember that you are the light that moves through and from the void. You are the illumination from within the void. The void is pure creation, and you are that single light. Being resistant to the dark is analogous to being resistant to the purity of creation, which is to say, this is reiterating what I was sharing at the beginning, which is to say, it is being resistant to moving with flow and without program. Programs, they serve us in being human and believing in this density landscape. They don't necessarily serve us in moving into our higher self. Moving into our higher self, being of our higher self, inherently means that we move with that level of freedom, that we move with that level of presence and flow. Now, when we talk about being present and moving with what is, there is a bit of confusion. How do I be present and move? This question comes from not knowing how to have this energy flow within and then emit from you. It's this part of the programming that humans experience, is that everything seems to be from outside and then we respond to it. What we're flipping into when we're in deep presence is knowing that there is no outside. It's actually all being emitted from within into our outer reality. And when we feel that, when we really experience that, we get the chance to, it becomes very comfortable and matter of fact to navigate our reality. When we are the river versus we're flailing in the river, it's a very different experience. We are the ones channeling all of this into our reality. We're interfacing with the conglomeration of all of our projections because we collectively are God. So we're all projecting collectively, and we get to interface with this collective projection. But for the most part, we are only interfacing with our own projection. The reason for that is we can only see what we're attuned to. This is the beauty of being individual. We only see what we ourselves are attuned to. If we are attuned to the color pink, we will only see pink. And that's a metaphor. But of course, this is the lens that we view all of life through. When we know that it's us, that everything is moving through us and then is projected out, we are no longer disempowered by the projection or the illusion of the projection being out here. We witness that as it moves through us, we get to dance with it. We get to navigate through it with intention, with pure frequency. It becomes so fun. It becomes so fun. So resistance to the dark is resistance to life force moving through you and being the cause of everything. Yeah, that's a little bit intimidating, but when we can really grasp that, we know that we are the light within the void. We know that we're the ones beaming through from the void being all of creation that's available. Grab what we want. What color do we want? Project that. Project that through the void, from the void into this landscape, this playground of reality. I'm hearing, let's bring it into something more practical. The steps along the way, right? Because at first, going into the stillness feels massively uncomfortable. What are the steps? It's slowing down. Sometimes that happens in an instant. Everything happens in an instant, but sometimes we can go into deep stillness at an instant. And that can be very powerful. It can also be dysregulating to the system. So believe it or not, at times depression is less dysregulating to the system than pure presence. How wild is that? That's because we have so much conditioning that keeps us in the flow of our programs. We have a lot of conditioning. And so layer by layer, sometimes we need to reach depression before we reach presence. Sometimes we need to reach that threshold of depression where we actually break through into the fullness of our light. Depression is essentially being up against the wall of our programs that will not allow us to see the full illumination that is us. It's really a powerful game to play. And it's beautiful. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, because it is a part of the full expanse of expression of being a finite being, or believing ourselves to be a finite being when we're really infinite. So all of it's okay. All of it's beautiful, actually. Stunningly beautiful. And we don't move through these things by resisting them. We move through these things by dropping in deeply, by witnessing the beauty. And so be in it. Be in it. Presently. And as we have these breakthroughs, we practice releasing the habit of attachment. And this is a lifelong process, because attachment is really what the foundation of this density realm of being human actually is. It is all attachment. Otherwise, we would not believe ourselves to be separate. It's really a powerful experience to be in attachment, to have that mental attachment to things. So through our lives, we deeply release more and more attachment. Drop in, right? We recognize that we're safe without the attachment to the mental programming. We let ourselves be safe. We witness our eternal nature. That's how we find that safety. That's how we experience that safety. And then we sit in the safety. And then we sit in that place of, I am eternal. Now what? Now what do I do? And we sort of twiddle our thumbs because we don't know what to do with our full freedom. We don't know what to do with that full level of expansion, right? And so we sit with that and we start to learn to allow the light frequency within us to emerge and be what is our creation, instead of believing ourselves to be separate, instead of believing that something out here needs to happen for us to be happy, safe, joyful, eternal. It flips. The image that's coming to mind is a hourglass. Whoop, it flips. We go through that narrow expression and then it pours out into the bottom half. And then often we reincarnate and do it all again. Flip. Why would we want compression? Because it is joyful from the place of our higher selves. Why would we want this sometimes painful, sometimes very difficult life expression? Because it is so utterly incredible, beyond words. I don't have words to express how full of light and joy and color this life experience is, regardless of how we're currently framing it. It's incredible. And can we witness how incredible it is while we're in the realms of separation? Can we play with that? I see you. I see you. You are the eyes of God. You are the light that illuminates the world. Water. Wow, that felt so good. I actually felt a clearing in my solar plexus during that channeling. Hi, Christina. Thank you for being here. I love the sharing in here in the chat. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. This is the last channeling for 2025. And I will not be on here next Sunday, because like I said, I'm going to be immersed in the Ecstasy Retreat, which, oh my God, I am just feeling the ecstasy right now. But I will be back next year. And if you like this, if you would like more of this, I have a private community. It is called the True Creator Community. Oh, I'm so glad that resonated. It is called the True Creator Community, and it is where I channel, and I also provide coaching. And then our amazing Stacy, who's here, offers twice monthly channeling practice. You also get access to the Learn to Channel course and the Limitless course, which is my manifestation course. So that's my private community. If you would like to join, the link is in the description box. It is a really powerful place for you to dive into your mastery. This is where I'm like, all right, you got this. You got this. You got this, right? It's not just one directional. This is you becoming and really, really stepping into your mastery. That's very important. All right, my loves. Oh, Happy New Year. Should we all celebrate? We'll do a little like, yay. Oh, that's so tiny. The little emojis. I want like a big, like on Zoom, how they have when you do the heart, it just fills up the whole screen. Yeah. All right. It went so fast. What a wild year. Happy New Year, my loves. Yes. Yes, that says wishing all a fantastic 2025. The best to all. Yay, I'm bringing in the new year in Sedona. Get it. That's so fun. So powerful. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. All right, my loves. I'll see you next year. Bye. Happy New Year.